right, so welcome to week 3, part 2. Today we're going to be talking about weekly mastermind meetings and why they're important. So first of all, what is a mastermind? A lot of people say, what's a mastermind? Okay, Wallace Wattles in his book, The Science of Getting Rich, he says, to think health when surrounded by the appearance of disease, or to think riches when in the midst of the appearance of poverty requires power. Okay, and this is learning to control your thoughts, because most of us don't control our thoughts. We just think what our environment tells us to think. But he who acquires this power becomes a mastermind. He can conquer fate. He can have what he wants. Okay? Once you learn to control your thoughts and you start to see truth, and we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later, okay, you become a mastermind. So when we talk about having a weekly mastermind meeting, this is a group. Well, first of all, before I get to there. So what do you see in this picture? Okay? Most people are going to see a blue sky. They're going to see clouds. They're going to see a cactus plant or two. They're going to see some dry desert sand. Okay, why do you see this? It's what your eyes are seeing. Can you see water in this picture? And everyone else in here, but maybe one knows where the water is. Can you see water in that picture?
There's water underneath that.
There's water, but there's water. It's above ground. It's there. Okay, but you can't see it because your environment has not taught you to see the water. Your environment's taught you something else, okay? Your environment taught you to see this cactus plant. And when you see this cactus plant, what do you see? Needles, pain, something to avoid, ugly, dangerous. Okay, a mastermind that sees truth is going to see water in that cactus because that cactus knows something that none of the other vegetation knows. You don't see any trees, flower, grass, weeds, right? Because those plants don't know how to survive in a dry, hot climate and flourish. This cactus knows the certain way, okay? And it knows how to be clear full of water in a high, hot, dry climate, okay? And so the truth is this is a miracle. But our environment taught us it's an ugly, dangerous thing to avoid because we fell into one, we stepped on one, someone we trusted told us to avoid it because and showed us the needles and how painful it's going to be if you step on it, fall into it, or lean on it, right? Okay, but a mastermind is going to see truth. They're going to see the water. Now, what the problem is there are people who die in the desert from lack of water, surrounded by water, because they can't see the water. The truth is, you are surrounded by success and money, but your environment hasn't taught you to recognize it and see it. And learning to see truth in your environment instead of letting your environment tell you what to see, what to focus on, and what truth is, you've got to let go of that. You've got to let go of all the limiting garbage that says people don't want to do network marketing, people aren't interested, people don't trust me, people, right? That's all the needles. And you got to look beyond that and realize millions of people sign up in network marketing every single year. Millions of people want to be in network marketing. But if all you're seeing is the cactus plant and the needles, you're going to die of thirst in the desert, surrounded by water. Okay? The mastermind can see truth. Look at your opportunity. Look at your environment. What lies are you focusing on about you, about what you're doing, about the people around you? Okay, so a mastermind sees truth regardless of appearance. And this is hard because our environment has taught us it's dangerous, it hurts. And maybe we've stepped on a cactus or fallen on a cactus and we have physically felt the pain. And it is 100% truth to us. It's only partial truth. Okay? When you learn how to handle a cactus correctly, you can get water from it, right? And it's a life-giving source that will save your life if you get stranded in the desert, okay? The second part is a mastermind is that they respond to life instead of reacting to life. What's the difference between respond and react?
I kind of see it as responding is you take time to think about it and maybe see the truth, but reacting, you're just mad and frustrated and you end up doing something really dumb.
I punch you in the face, you punch me in the face.
Yep.
That's reacting. That's your natural automatic response to someone punching you in the face, right? You punch them back, or kick them, or cry. I don't know, whatever, you know. But that's the reaction. This is natural and automatic. You don't really think about it, right? And so if someone calls you an ugly face, I'll use nice words, right? How do you react to that? Oh, call them an ugly face back, right? That's the reaction. Now the problem is when you react to life, who controls life? Who's controlling your life? Your environment. Your life controls you. So if you want something out of life and life is controlling you, how do you get it? Beg it? Please give me $1 million, life. I deserve it. I've been working really hard for it, right? You can't beg life. Okay, most people spend an entire lifetime trying to control their environment instead of controlling themselves. They're reacting to life instead of responding. So if I punch you in the face, if you're responding, you're going to go, whoa, are you joking? Are you seriously? Are you attacking me? Like, do I need to defend myself? Was that an accident? And you think about and work through and process, why did I just get punched in the face? Why did you call me ugly face? Why did you, whatever, right? You look at your situation, take time to assess it, come up with the best response, and then you respond to it. Okay, there's the rule of 5. Stop, think, I could react this way, I could respond 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 this way. If you can't think of at least 4 or 5 different ways to respond to something, you're reacting. Okay? It happens fast at a subconscious level. So when someone tells you no, when you introduce someone to your product or your business and someone says no, do you react or respond?
Most of us react.
Most of us react. When you go to pay your bills and there's not enough in your bank account, do you react or respond? When someone cuts you off in traffic, do you react or respond? Okay? We react, and when we're reacting, life controls us, and we never get what we want out of life. If you want to control life, and if you want to get something out of life, you got to take control of it. Stop reacting, responding. But first of all, you got to see truth. If all you think, if you're out in the desert thirsty and ready to die of lack of water, because I'm not going to say thirst to death, because I got made fun of that one once.
We're all looking at you.
So if you're out in the desert and you're thirsty, you're ready to die of thirst or lack of thirst, or not die of lack of water, right? Because you're so thirsty, right? And you can't see truth. Does it matter how you respond? It's not going to matter how you respond in the desert if you're stranded and you have no water and you can't see truth. So it's requiring both. Can you see truth, and can you base your actions and decisions off of truth rather than the lies? Can you see wealth when you're struggling to pay your bills? Can you see health when you have 104 temperature? That's a mastermind. And why is that important? When you understand the law of attraction, what you think about comes about. If you're merely focused on today and yesterday, what are you attracting? Okay? Focusing on what is happening to you right now, letting your environment tell you what to think right now, because I went to pay my bills and oh my gosh, there's not enough money in my checking account. How am I going to pay my bills? You are reacting to the current situation, which is a result of past attracting. It's like driving your car forward, looking in the rearview mirror.
Scary.
It doesn't make any sense. Okay? But that's what 90% of the people do. That's why 90% of the people control 10% of the money, because they're driving their car forward, looking in the rearview mirror. They're reacting to what their environment is telling them. Not enough money, not enough people to talk to, no one's interest, no one likes network marketing.
I like that for my clothes.
For your clothes?
The-
Oh, for your closing. Oh, yes. I thought the clothes. I was like, how does this apply to clothes? Please
Please enlighten me here. I can't see the truth there.
For your closing, that's a great closing statement, right? To help people understand why what you're doing is so important.
This is why we're having a mastermind group. This is
To
why
teach
you
people
need
how to do
be
this.
part of it,
Yeah.
so you can respond to life instead of
Get control of your life so you get what you want out of it.
exactly.
Stop complaining you don't get what you want until you learn to do what you need to do in a certain way to get what you want.
No, I think that's a great
Okay.
close.
So, to be a mastermind, you've got to learn to see truth. Look beyond the needles. Okay? You've got to see wealth when you're struggling financially. You got to see health when you're struggling health. You got to see happiness when you're sad, right? And focus on that. And then respond to it appropriately, okay? So what's a mastermind meeting then? Okay, a mastermind meeting is a group of masterminds that get together. Why would you want a group of masterminds getting together?
Because 1 + 1 is fuzzy math and it equals 3.
Exactly. With masterminds, 1 + 1 equals 100 sometimes, right? Not 2, right? If you're reacting, 1 + 1 is 2. If you're responding, 1 + 1 can be much, much more than that, okay? You want people who see truth. And when you get a bunch of people who can see truth, now all of a sudden, there's something new going on, right? There's a story that Napoleon Hill talks about. I can't remember which book it was in. Talks about a guy who sees some property that everyone's like, oh, that property's worthless. No one wants to do anything with that property. Oh, it's so this and that, and then they complain about all. But it was clear full of trees, and there's nothing you could farm. It was back in the early 1900s when Napoleon was alive, right? And they, oh, you can't farm. It's clear full of trees. Blah blah blah. So this guy sees an opportunity. He sees truth. And he sees that this property could be a great vacation property. And it's clear full of trees. And so he buys the property for a really, really good price, uses the trees to build a bunch of cabins, and starts renting the cabins out on the weekend as rentals for people to go vacation at. Then where he removed all the trees, it was a high spot or a low spot. So then he takes this and removes all the dirt away in another spot and makes it a lake, removes some more trees and builds cabins around the lakes, and then sells them for even more money. Okay? Everyone else saw cactus. They saw land that was worthless, clear full of trees. You have to clear before you could farm it. He saw an opportunity. Okay? This is what a mastermind, and this is the power of a mastermind group. When you get together as a group, okay, right now you're working on building your downline. You're creating a wealth-building vehicle. As your downline grows and you become a wealth-building vehicle, this mastermind group that you're personally meeting with is going to become a resource for other wealth-building vehicles. Because you're going to come up with more ideas. How can we take money and make more money? How can we use money to make money? And when everyone in the group is seeing truth and they're responding to life instead of reacting to life, now all of a sudden you have a powerful, powerful group of people that can positively change the world. Okay? You want people who are responding. You want people who know how to get what they want in life. Okay? The purpose of Transcends Mastermind Meetings is to strengthen and support, okay, those like-minded people. Part of it's to educate and train, right? You want to educate people, especially the new ones that are coming in, new sign-ups. You want to help them, teach them about the system that duplicates and is going to get them to succeed because you're succeeding, and you want them to do the same system so you're succeeding. You want to be there to support them in that, right? Give education, give support, and it's also a place to receive knowledge and receive support. It's both. You're there to offer support, receive support. You're there to teach, and you're there to learn from others. Okay? But most importantly, you're trying, because remember, like McDonald's and these other businesses, they have a system that's set up that is duplicable. I think I said that right? Right? It can be duplicated, but you have to teach the system. Before you can open up a McDonald's store, you have to go get training on the system and how it works and understand how it works. Okay? Same thing. This is an opportunity to teach the new people the system and help them make the system work for them. Okay? So, weekly mastermind meeting structure. This is kind of an outline of, it's not kind of, this is how you want to set up your mastermind meetings, okay? Anyone you directly sign up to is going to be in your mastermind meeting. Okay, so if you sign up 3 people, if you sign up 20 people, anyone you directly sign up, you want to have in your mastermind group. And you're going to personally mentor these people. Remember, I was talking about the structures, corporate structures versus network marketing structure, very similar, right? That first level is yours to manage. You're like the CEO and you're managing all the vice presidents of the company, or the president managing all the vice presidents, right? then the vice presidents are going to manage, right? And this is how it's going to set up. So this first line, this first level that you personally sign up yourself, you're going to personally mentor them, okay? They're going to attend your weekly mastermind meetings, okay? You're also going to have a monthly individual mastermind meeting with each person individually. Why would you want to do that?
Those are the times where you work on things that you don't talk about at the mastermind group.
Okay? We'll be talking about that next slide. We're going to talk about what you do at the mastermind meeting versus weekly meeting with everyone as a group versus what you're going to do individually. It's going to be still a bit different, okay? Now, if with your individual meetings, if you're doing face-to-faces, be very, very careful with one-on-one meetings with the opposite sex, okay? If you're married or they're married, be very, very careful. You're going to become good friends with these people. You're going to build relationships, and you don't want those relationships to cross boundaries, okay? And so make sure that if you are going to do a face-to-face individual mastermind meeting with someone of the opposite sex, encourage either your spouse or their spouse or another person maybe from the group to be there with you, just to make it safe, to keep it clean, to make sure things don't go the wrong direction in the relationship. Keep the relationship professional. We don't want to destroy marriages and families with this. This is to help strengthen the marriage and family, not destroy them. So be very careful with that one. But if you're doing a call, again, make sure your calls stay professional, right? This is a business. This is like an employee. But you're going to become, just like with employees, you become really good friends. I can't tell you how many dentists and their hygienists have gotten together, okay? You work close with people, you build relationships with them. Make sure the relationship's built as a relationship of friendship and a business relationship, not an intimate relationship. Okay? You will also, so these are the people that's going to be in your mastermind meeting. Temporarily, you're also going to be helping those that might be level 2 or level 3. Because your first levels may not sign up, okay? So for example, okay, this is the whole thing, and this is you here, okay? This is your first level. These are the ones that are going to be in your group, okay? But depending on how fast this is growing, if it's growing rapidly like the systems help let you do, okay, within the first month, you're going to have your second level. But these people here aren't going to be ready to do, but they may not be ready to start their own mastermind meetings. So these people may be coming up here and meeting with your group at first, okay? But part of what you're going to do is you're going to help these people learn to do their own mastermind meeting. So eventually, all of these people will be meeting with their individual mentors, okay? So for example, if you get 3 people here, okay, you're now going to have this. And these people, which is here, your second level, will be meeting with them. Does that make sense? Individually. And as a group, weekly.
And as a group.
Yes, so these people will all individually have their own weekly mastermind meetings eventually. It may not happen in the first 30 days.
So the second level on down would end up with 2 mastermind meetings.
1. Because these guys will attend your meeting until, say for example, this one here, Bob starts holding his meeting, and everyone Bob signed up starts going to his meeting instead of your meeting.
Okay, so I'd eventually get out of having mastermind groups unless I have new people coming on board.
Oh no, so yes, you're correct, you'll do 2, because you'll go to your uplines mastermind meeting and you'll hold your own downline mastermind meeting.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, I understand the question now.
Gotcha.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll eventually be doing 2 mastermind meetings a week. One that you will attend to learn, and then one that you're gonna teach and help and mentor those really.
Okay.
So yes, eventually you'll have 2 we can do it to. Any questions about this? Okay, good. But just recognize, and this person here, they may sign up 2 people, and this person may not be holding their mastermind meeting yet, and this person may not be holding their mastermind meeting, so these 2 will come up to your meeting as well. So you'll be temporarily taking people in your downline into your meeting temporarily until you can help your people you've directly signed up get their own mastermind meetings running. Make sense? And they don't have to know everything to get started, because they're still going to be coming to yours to learn and then turn around and support the others. This is the only way you're going to get your system to duplicate and be effective. You can't hold 1,000 people. You can't mentor and manage 1,000 people. You can't mentor and manage 100 people effectively. 10 to 20 is all you want to mentor. If you get more than that, you're going to have a full-time job. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, so this is kind of going into a little bit of numbers game thing, but once you're over like 10 to 20, you want to make sure you're dividing up. Once you, I guess for me to split up to doing another more downline, what I want to be doing if there's only one person below me doing it, or if I want to wait till it's like 4 or 5 people doing it to separate from the upline.
These are the people you directly sign up as 10 or 20. You may have 50.
Yeah.
You may have 50 come into your meeting for until one of these 10 or 20 get their own mastermind meetings going. Then you're going to see a huge decline because they're going to take everyone in their downline down.
Mm-hmm.
So this person, once Bob gets his mastermind meeting going, he's going to take everyone he's signed up plus anyone they've signed up. So you're going to see a huge decrease out of those 50, and you're going to maybe go down to, 20 people or something, okay? But once you've directly signed up, if you sign up 10 to 20 people directly, and then they keep coming, which most likely they will, because as you're succeeding, people want to be a part of success. The first 2 or 3 might be hard, okay? But as those 2 or 3 duplicate, and those 2 or 3 duplicate, now all of a sudden, everyone's going, what the heck are you doing? And they're seeing you out in your yard a lot more instead of going to work, and they see you driving nicer vehicles, and they see you going on vacations more. They're going to start going, what are you doing? And you're going to say, oh, I'm part of this mastermind group, right? And you're going to talk to them about that, to where then they're going to be registered. So eventually you may sign up more than 10 or 20 people in your downline, but are you going to mentor them? Because the first 10 or 20 people are the first people you take on, this first level, right? You're going to be up here and people coming in. Do you want them to jump up here to your level? Or do you want to have them assign them to George down here? You're going to sign them up, but you're going to plan on learning George and let George mentor them. Does that make sense? Because you don't want to do more than 10 or 20 people. It's going to be too much work. Too much time to do it effectively.
And if you've trained that George to do what you're doing, it's totally going to work. Our hiccup is we all think that the best person
is ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a system, you're correct.
Yeah.
But if you have a system set up and everyone's doing the system,
Yeah.
then, and the system's not being changed because it's available and it's where it's unchangeable and it's there for everyone to read and everyone to watch the videos, like Transcend set it up, so you guys can't change it. It's there for anyone to watch. Each person might interpret it slightly different, but they're coming back to the original to learn again. We're not whispering in your ear and whispering in your ear and whispering, and then it comes around as a totally different sentence or concept, right? There's a system set up to keep it consistently so it doesn't get changed.
But what's in the mastermind group? Like, what's the topics, conversation, purpose of it? Like, I get the purpose of it is to build the system and so that everyone knows what the system is. But I feel like there's not, like, it's, oh, have a mastermind group. What do you talk about? What do you do?
Excellent question.
Oh, I'm like, thank you. I'm like, no idea here.
For 5 areas.
There's a weekly agenda to follow, okay? You want to start off your mastermind meeting in the right energy. So I would start off with having someone in the group share a success story, okay? And it could be something with dealing with your downline and signing people up. It might be something to do with something else in life, a relationship success, a health success where they're able to, got over a health issue or something, right? Especially if you're selling, if your product is a health product, and someone was struggling with pains, and now all of a sudden they're pain free, have them share the story of how that product has benefited them, right? Start off on a positive energy, okay?
Recognition.
Recognition.
For those that have accomplished something that faster.
Yeah, and have at least one person share and recognize that person. Start everyone off in a good vibe, right? Good energy. Start on time. Successful meetings start on time. Unless you're traveling an hour to get there and you have to get your kids to school before you can leave, then you might come late, and that's okay. But successful people arrive on time. Okay? Remember, you're a group of successful people. Make this a priority. There's something about the energy that's better when you start on time and everyone's on time. So if on time is used of 5 after, don't come on time, come 5 minutes early. Did you catch that?
Yes.
If on time is 5 minutes after the meeting starts, don't come on time, come 5 minutes early. So you arrive when it starts. Because some people think on time is 5 after, 10 after, right? That's not on time. On time is when it starts. If you got a distance to travel, if you can actually meet physically, if you're meeting on Zoom meetings or some of the type of video chat thing, make sure you start on time. Recognize that there are people who sacrificed to get there on time, and to have to wait for someone else is really disrespectful to everyone else that got there on time, that got up early, or that left work early, or I can't tell you how many times there was a meeting or something, and I had to like leave work early to get there, and then I sat around and waited for 30 minutes for the rest of the group to show up that didn't bother to, and then I'm like, oh, okay, well, right, so make sure, there's a positive energy that comes with being on time. Keep it positive, right? So you're going to start off with a share, a recognition, a positive thought. If nothing fabulous happened in the last 7 days, share just a motivational thought or a positive thought. Okay. Then there should be a section of education, something you're going to teach. Okay, because again, people are there to learn, to grow, and move forward. Okay, so but keep the energy successful and positive as you're teaching. Review or teach a concept that will benefit the group. If you see a common struggle in the group, teach a concept that will help that. If you see that everyone is just kind of losing motivation, what's something you could teach to help get them motivated? Okay, you might need to invite a guest to come speak. Maybe someone from your upline, maybe a friend, maybe a coworker, someone, a motivational speaker, someone to come speak to the group and get them excited again.
We wondered about having you come to one of our mastermind groups.
I do that. I can do that. So
Okay.
that's possible. So, but you can have people do that, right? And so there should be a section of education when you're teaching. Maybe during that time you're practicing your elevator pitch, especially, you know, if you've got a few people like this that just signed up that are trying to work on the elevator pitch, have them practice their elevator pitch. Give them feedback. Give them pointers of what they can do better with it, okay? And so there's an introduction kind of thing, there's an education, the application, practice, okay? Practice talking to people, practice presenting. You know, because as you're trying to help these people to create their own mastermind meetings, how comfortable are they standing up and talking to people? Have them present something to your group to help get them comfortable talking in front of a group. Okay? Make sense?
It must be, because that's exactly what I put down for.
This is not new information, by the way. This is just standard. This is like how things come together, right? But because Transcend is all about knowledge plus application, you got to give an assignment to do, because you can come and learn, and if you don't do something differently, you're going to keep getting the same results. So what can they do differently based upon what you've taught to get them to get a different outcome, a different result?
So I have a question. So, with my group, like, there's a piece of me, and I want to know if this is a good idea or not a good idea. There's a piece of me that's like, okay, you don't show up, you don't do the assignment, you're kicked out. I know that sounds really harsh, but there's a part of me that's like, I don't want to deal with it and continue pouring in and wasting all my time and energy if you are not there.
Are they committed?
Like, and if there's something that comes up in your life, like maybe your kid got hurt at school or something, I just want the expectation that you tell me you're not going to show up because you have something else that is of a better...
For the next 6 weeks, my kids got casts on both feet, and I have to be there for them, so I can't come for the next 6 weeks. That's what you want to hear from a person.
I want to hear why they can't show up.
Remember, each personality type is different.
Okay.
Some are going to be direct with you and say that. Others are just going to feel bad. I feel so bad by not going. Now I want to talk to her about it because it just makes me feel so bad, and they're just going to.
But can I set that expectation that if you're going to be a part of this group, it's going to be a commitment, and if you don't show up, I'm not going to.
One of the things you may want to talk about frequently is the importance of commitment. And if you feel like your group is not committed, that might be something you want to talk about weekly to help people get committed and draw some lines saying, look, if you're not going to come to the meeting, but most likely they're not coming to the meeting to hear that anyway. So we're going to be talking about individual mastermind groups, or the individual mastermind meetings next week and week 4. And that's really where you'll bring in some of that stuff. If you have one person that's just not performing, that's the purpose of the individual mastermind meetings, is you meet with them once a month, whether they're struggling or not, to help them if they are struggling. And say, hey, something's going on, you know, what can I do to help? And that's that individual personal level. You don't, in this situation, you don't want to say, well, you're not performing and you're not performing and you're like that, like you praise in public.
Right.
and you reprimand in private. And so the purpose
Well,
of the
obviously, yeah.
private individual one is to get more personal with them, so you can understand their needs and what they're going through at a more personal level without them having to tell the entire group. Because sometimes there might be something very personal going
Yeah,
on
and that's what I'm saying, I get that.
that they don't want the rest of the group to know. Like, oh, my spouse and I are just really struggling right now, and I'm just having a hard time focusing because I'm just trying to keep my marriage alive.
Yeah.
Right? Or I just found out my mom has cancer and it's terminal and she's gonna die in 9 months, and I just need,
Yeah.
and that's the purpose of the individual one. And we'll talk more about that next week.
I wouldn't bring that up, obviously, in front of everyone, because that would be rude. But I was just wondering if it was okay to have an expectation that if I'm doing this and I'm pouring into it, if you're not committed to it, just tell me now. I don't wanna, if you're not committed to showing up at this time,
Yes. And again, what, are you interested, are you committed?
yeah.
And you may have to talk about that at the individual mastermind group, or even as if there's a lot of people that are struggling, you can talk about that frequently in the group about being committed. Remember, are you committed to succeed? If you're not, please don't waste my time and energy. Because I'm putting a lot of time and energy into you to help you, and if I can't do it for you, you have to do it. You can't help someone, you can't succeed for someone else. They have to succeed.
Right.
So, fixed.
So we need to be talking about the goals on this as well, or is that just a different thing?
Yeah, I mean, part of this application and assignments is talking about the goals. What, do you have goals as a group? Do you have individual goals? With this one, you want to talk more about your group goals. If you have, like, as a team goal, like, what's our goal this week? And our goal is to get us all plane tickets to Hawaii because we have so much residual income coming in that we don't know what to do with it all. And whatever the goal is, right? The goal is to get in, maybe the goal is to get everyone in your first level, to get them started on a mastermind group, right? And eventually, you're gonna be, some of this education is what do you do for a mastermind group? How do you start a mastermind group? Where can you hold it? Do you hold it at a house? Do you rent a place? Help them figure this all out as a group. How do you guys want to set this up? This education can go from anywhere from products, your business, transcend stuff. You may want to review over some transcend stuff, make sure it's level appropriate. Like if you guys are in 2010 and this person shows up, don't start talking about things that might overwhelm them or will make sense to this person because they're new. But once all these people get their own mastermind meetings set up and they're doing their own, and so you only got people in your first level, you're all pretty much at the same level in transcend, you can start really discussing more stuff about transcend. You can start doing other things that way. But there's so much stuff to learn between transcend, product, business, marketing, advertising, communication, personality types. There's so much that you can teach in these meetings that you shouldn't have any problem coming up with what to teach for a long time. So,
I would think that in the first, if you're getting someone, they're just getting started, the brand new person would be get your two and help them get two and help them get two.
How do you do that?
Yeah, I think that would be a.
We started with our elevator pitch. Everybody, this is kind of how
Oh,
it should
yeah.
go according to Trevor. This week work on it, next week we shared, and then the next week we had people share it. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so a lot depends on where you're at. Are you just starting off with if you got 5 of your 10 people or 20 people, do you have 2 of your 10 or 20 people? Wherever you're starting, that, kind of depends on what you want to teach. Where's most of the group at? Where are they at in building their downline? Are 5 of them succeeding and one's really struggling? Well, then you help that 6th one get back up to where they're with the other 6 or with the other 5 kind of thing, right? This is going to be very individual based upon the group and who's in there and what level you're at. But this is kind of just the basic agenda. Start off on a positive success, teach some information, apply it. And again, as you get to this point here, and you've only got your 10 to 20 people that's showing up to your mastermind group because they've all got their own mastermind groups now and taking everyone below them, okay? This might change quite a bit, to where maybe you'll have someone come in and teach some relationship skills. Maybe you'll do a barbecue. Maybe you'll meet at a restaurant. Maybe you'll meet at a park, and it'll be include a lot more fun into these meetings where they're not just educational, but there's come learn about relationships and have hamburgers, right? Bring a seat and a salad and provide the hamburger, something like that, hot dogs. There's different things you can do to make this fun, right? Network marketing is supposed to be fun, and you're going to have fun personality types that want to come and have fun, not just learn, but make sure everyone is succeeding. And you can do a game night. Hey, come learn about communication styles, and we'll play games after. And maybe the game would be something
Some
about
of the
communications.
games are communication
Right?
styles.
So that would be a fun educational night about communication. And you could quickly just do a spill, okay, now how does this apply to mentoring your downlines, communicating with your downline, talking to new people, and you can just bring it all together. Make sense? Sound easy? Okay. I still got some stairs going on here, so. All right, so things to avoid. Reprimand, keep it positive. Remember, this is a group. We always want to praise in public and reprimand in private. So if you feel like someone's not pulling their weight, don't talk to them at the group. Do it at that individual mastermind level. Don't focus on everything that's going wrong. As a group meeting, sometimes things start,
Sales meetings, companies start.
Don't do a sales meeting. Okay? Don't focus on, well, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, what can we do to improve it? Like, that's not really the purpose of a mastermind meeting, okay? We're trying to see truth, not focus on the needles, okay? You can't ignore the needles, but like he says, if there's something the whole group or the majority of the group is struggling with, make that an educational lesson to teach everybody, but keep it positive.
So, going back a little bit on the assignment and goals, that is just like a team, or like what our goal is when we meet up and everything. That's not everyone's like, well, this week I want to do this, and this week I want to do this. Is that what you do, or you're just kind of like, hey?
If you want, depends on how much time
Because
you
that
have.
does take time.
Yeah,
so
that can take a lot of
helps-
time.
It helps people really commit, or look at themselves and see what they can do. So
And you might have some people who need an accountability partner. You can do that as a group, or you can assign each other. Okay, I want you to, this is your accountability partner, so these are your goals, report to this person in the group every week. Not necessarily the whole group, but maybe just someone else in the group you report to, if they need an accountability partner to help them accomplish their goals. If you want monthly, maybe talk about goals like, okay, or you can even have a Facebook page. This is a great accountability thing, where you can create your own private Facebook page for just these people, your first level, the ones you signed up. And you can have everyone report their goals for the week, and then everyone becomes the accountability partner. Okay, by just posting them on your page, these are my 3 goals for this week, or these are my 5 goals, or this is my goal for this week. And then you can do all that online without having to take time out of the meeting to do it. Okay. Don't make the meetings mind-numbing. People are investing their time. Remember, they're taking time out of their busy schedule, away from their families, to come to this meeting. So make it fun, make it exciting, and don't wing it. People know when you wing it. Once in a while, you may have to wing a meeting here too, just because you're doing weekly meetings and you have a busy life, and you may have something went way whack that week or something. But even at that point, if you know you're not going to be able to really get something prepared, you can assign one of these people. Hey, next week, I've got a really busy week coming up. Will you talk about communication? I know we've had 5 lessons on communication from other people, but you haven't had an opportunity to teach yet. Would you like to teach us communication this week? Why would you want everyone to teach communication?
Different communication styles.
Different communication styles. Until you can teach it, you don't understand it. Okay?
If you've got somebody that's about ready to go out on their own with their own mastermind group, can we put them in charge that week? Let them
Perfect.
take care of everything? Because
Let them try it, right? Experience it.
Because we're working together as a group to help each other, so that would be a good thing to do is.
Yeah.
And I've already made assignments for the next group that 2 or 3 other people are gonna come in and do things rather than me do the whole thing.
Perfect, yeah.
Because I'm not smart.
Yeah.
I need to have
Well,
somebody to help me.
So that education part, right? You're going to preside and run the meeting every week, but you're going to assign these people to teach and participate in the meeting. For sure, yeah, I definitely have them take turns teaching different things. You teach some things, they teach some things. So if you have 4 people, maybe one person takes each week. Okay, on week 2 I want you to teach this, on week 2 I want you to, or week 3 teach this, and you on week 4 teach this, and you just sign out for the whole month, what they're going to teach, right? But you're the one in charge, you're the mentor. you're there to help and facilitate type thing. So, but that's a good idea. You definitely use those people because, and then to help them get ready to start doing their own mastermind meetings, they need to be participating in your mastermind meeting. This isn't you're the one in charge and you do everything type of thing. So, yeah. Okay. Any questions on this? Remember, people investing their time, so make it worth their time. Do the best you can to do this. This is your business. This is your employees. These are your customers. Take care of them the right way. Okay. Ask your mentor if you could practice your 30-second elevator pitch at the next weekly mastermind meeting. Okay. Ask for feedback, apply, and perfect it. Okay. So that's your assignment this week is to get your 30-second 30-second elevator pitch organized, get it down, record it. Record yourself watching it. Remember, correct anything you don't like about yourself. Then ask to present it at the mastermind group or some friends or someone. Practice it with a live person and get some feedback from those people. And again, maybe even go to your biggest critics. A neighbor, a family member, a friend that just really hates network marketing can say, hey, I'm trying to get a sales pitch or an elevator pitch put together. Can you tell me what your thoughts are, and then present it to them and see what their thoughts are. Any questions for the week? All right. Enjoy, and we'll see you next week.